I will need to make my own liquid for my vapor at home. Now, I'm not going to get too into detail on it. All that is really important is shipping, handling, and sales tax only costed me $25 to get it to my door. Now, the biggest advantage to making it yourself is the cost savings. It's time consuming, so there's that. Also, there's math, and if you're not too good at it, it can get a little daunting. So, for $25, I got 250 milliliters of the nicotine base that I want to use. For $25, I also got 3 flavors that I think I'm going to enjoy: Bavarian cream, vanilla custard, and graham cracker crusted cheesecake. Now, whenever you go to do your own mixing, you are going to want to let it set for at least 24 hours. Because if you don't, the flavor might be there. I'm not entirely sure. I made a couple of bottles yesterday, and after sitting for 24 hours roughly, this is all the color that came to my graham cracker crusted vanilla blend. The other one, I used a little bit more flavoring, and so it's a little bit darker, but I made 2 bottles that of about 10 milliliters each, and the ratio for that is 9 of the nicotine liquid, 9 milliliters of the nicotine liquid, 1 milliliter of the flavoring. That's for 10% flavor, and 10% is quite a bit. Unless you really, really want to go really strong with the flavor, you can do that, be my guest. But, so, a bottle, a 15 milliliter bottle, which is the size of that bottle, even though it's not filled all the way, runs between $10 and $12. Sometimes as much as 14, but that's really high quality stuff. Now, I don't want to go and get too complicated on the math, so I'm like, fine, I'll use a 9-to-1 ratio. 9 milliliters to 1 milliliter. I could do a bigger batch, let it sit for even longer, but I have other creams or other flavors I want to try before I go and make a large batch. The cheesecake is going to be a backup. I like it. It's a good, solid backup for me. So whenever that bottle is empty, I'll leave the other one as backup. It'll be good for about a month or 2 before I have to actually start using it, and that's fine. Maybe if I let it steep just a few more days longer, it'll get a nice darker color to it. If not, that's fine. One of the other advantages is I'm able to actually control my nicotine intake. So 250 milliliters is going to last me a long time. A really decently long time. this science project is something that I really am probably going to enjoy. Let's not joke about that. I like doing mechanical things. I like doing things that are very hands-on. And making my own liquid is kind of a no-brainer to me because it puts me in direct control. I don't have to worry about somebody trying to sell me a flavor that I am absolutely not going to like. I'm not going to have to worry about them really cutting me an unfair price, because what I used to spend every 2 weeks, which would be about $25-ish, I just bought myself probably close to 2 or maybe 3 months worth of liquid. It's all about saving them pennies, kids. It's always about saving them pennies. A couple months ago, they repaved this stretch of highway I'm driving down. And there's already a freaking pothole in the lane that I was driving in. I want to talk about shoddy craftsmanship. Also in Hollywood, they are getting closer to finishing one of the new parking structures, and it looks like they're going to be building another, because there really isn't that much good parking in Hollywood for anything you want to do. But it doesn't really matter. They can build a 20-story parking lot the size of a city block, and there still wouldn't be enough parking for Hollywood, because everybody and their second cousins come out to Hollywood to play on the weekends.
In its latest report, the Bureau of Labor Services reports jobs are still near their peak, with unemployment at almost 627,000.
It sucks.
These jobs in accounting, bookkeeping, management, advertising.
Hollywood itself is actually kind of nice. A lot of decent eateries, even though they try to charge a premium for them. But they also have a decent source of food trucks, which have been becoming more and more popular over the past few years. I remember when food trucks were referred to as roach coaches. Why? Because there were always roaches in the damn things. You never know if you were going to get a sandwich with a roach on it or not. I'm not talking about the joints, folks. I'm talking about the insects. Work's getting weirder. World's getting weirder.
Adjustable sleep number settings, sleep number comfort, and at a price that
and by the end of the week, I'm going to be building or finishing building a co-worker's Hackintosh. That's a project I started around October or November of last year. I'm not entirely sure. I can't really remember. And due to poor researching on my part, he bought a wrong part and several other things.
Share your vote with Verizon using hashtag
time
Who's Gonna Win,
being
and we'll
one
put
of
your
those
Super Bowl
several other
49
things.
prediction on the map. Then visit
We
who'sgonnawin.com
have
to
just
see the
now
fandom of the
been
entire
able
nation
to
in real time.
get
During the
started
final days leading
on
up to Super Bowl 49, your special
finishing it.
conversation will power the Who's Gonna Win light show live in Arizona.
One thing that I do know for a fact is
with the most powerful network.
the motherboard works, the video card works, and I will find out probably Thursday,
Like Steve,
if processor works. If not,
or assistance with
that's going to suck.
We connected him to the right
Big donkey balls.
We get to tell people Amazon Health
because he just spent
that today
$265 on this processor, and if it doesn't work, we are both going to be very upset.
Someone is looking out for them. What does it feel like to cover and care for people most in need?
Anyway,
Molina Healthcare.
have a good one.